Last time on Knights of the Rolled Table, the heroes bravely and courageously decided to face the Ooblex disguised in the Dragonborn village by... hold on, let me check. Yes, by putting up a sign. Then they heroically crossed a bridge, and Branch found a bright blue blob that is now part of the team. For now.
Welcome back to Knights of the Rolled Table, the world's greatest game of friends and hero podcasting. We are in the middle.
Family friendly.
We are in the world's family friendliest podcast, and we are walking across the area of Khall T'Vott, headed, hopefully, to find Chaleel White, the mystic.
That's right. His name is Chaleel White. What was his name for real?
It was Chaleel. But I think Chaleel White is better. So we'll change it to that. We are adventuring across. We are traveling across. We just had an evening where we've made camp along the way. The previous day, you guys went over a bridge that was very sketchy, and Branch found a small little blue slime, maybe about the size of like a bowling ball, that he's been interacting with and doesn't seem to melt him instantly. And the day begins, the sun rises, and you guys are having breakfast, getting ready to go, and you're heading out, ready to go again. And who is carrying one of the other lake house box? Because Cookie. One is back. Cookie is?
Yeah.
All right, so Cookie comes over and goes, "Hey, y'all, ready to send another message?"
Yeah, what do we need to send them? You know, like whatever you want to say. I'll just put it in there and wabango, it'll be sent. No problem. Oh, yeah.
All right, so you guys have 4 bastion points to spend. What do you want to spend it on? Reminder, you can build a new building for 2 of your build points. You've repaired all the other buildings, so there's nothing else to repair. You could recruit more legions of soldiers. You could reinforce and build a barricade. You could do research. What would you like to do?
That is a good question.
Currently, you have 2 legions on deck. You have the blacksmith, you have the observatory, you have the barracks, and now you have the working laboratory.
Cool.
I think we need to research or do some sort of prep with whatever the buildings do.
I believe we should always be doing at least a little bit of recruitment. But that's just me.
I think we put those nerds to work.
Super duper. All right, there's your points for the day. We are down to 11 days. All right, so you guys start heading out and walking on the trail again. So you guys, real quick, let me know any languages that you guys understand just before we get to the next location that we're going to get to.
Oh, yeah, languages.
Pretty sure I only speak Common and Goblin, but let me... whatever that language is.
I can speak Gnomish, Draconic, and... pretty sure Cookie's the same thing. He's just a clone of me.
I have Common, Elvish, and then I also have Comprehend languages, which I can do as a ritual.
And the Branch only speaks Common, and I can talk to other goblins. Although I do not.
I also speak French, but it's pretty worthless. I just picked it up in high school, but I've never actually used it.
Parlez-vous le français?
Un peu de français.
All right, and let's see. Yenni's language is common and
Orcish.
Orcish. Love that. Now, Igneous has an ability to speak and understand all languages from a monk ability. Which,
Yeah. We.
I mean, I'm not going to like, I don't think we need to
Pablo
unravel like
English.
how like being a monk creates that.
That's right,
Steve?
mate.
All right, yeah.
The mystic connection with everybody's brain.
Okay. Branch, as you're kind of taking this slime guy kind of
Blobby.
around with you, Blobby. Their name
Yes.
is now Blobby.
Yes.
Blobby.
And Blobby is a good little Blobby, aren't you, Blobby?
So as you kind of like are interacting with it a little bit, you kind of hear that it's kind of like making like little sounds. Like it's kind of like meow. You don't really like know or understand like where it's really coming from, but it's kind of starting to kind of make sounds. You guys are walking and you run into some other travelers on the road. You kind of have like interactions with them. You are kind of coming on like little, you're kind of seeing other people out and about. It's looking less suspicious as you guys are kind of getting out here through this day. And as the day kind of starts to get a little long and you guys are kind of still walking and still traveling, Igneous, you kind of are, as you're kind of walking with like a kind of alongside, you kind of hear the slime. It's been kind of like making like these little like chirping, like kind of random sounds. But now it seems like you don't know how, but it's just like chirp, 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 chirp. It kind of sounds like that. Like you don't really.
Gerbert.
Jubilee.
Gerbly.
Jubilee.
Igneous is just staring at the slime, making like random. Blah, 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 blah.
What are you doing, Iggy? Can you talk to Blobby?
Well, if Blobby speaks a language, I can. So I've been practicing this sort of thing, and I can sort of connect with the key of the mind, and basically understand other languages. And if Blobby spoke a language, I could probably understand it. And I don't, but I feel like maybe he's trying to say something. Like maybe he's a baby trying to like start to communicate.
Yes, Blobby is a good baby. Good baby.
Sure.
You want to hold Blobby?
Job. Are you just holding him in your hand kind of the whole time?
Branch? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
normally
Branch.
I think he's like, I put him up on my shoulder, like on my head. You know, it's
Wearing
kind of like
hats.
wherever it wants to ride. Right now,
All right, so-
because Iggy's talking to it, it's in my hand.
I was all in for Blobby for a while, and now he's giving me Gremlins vibes. I'm a little worried cute little Blobby is gonna like grow sharp teeth and eat my face.
He does not
Guess
have
that's
a
not
mouth.
how blobs work.
It's a very valid concern.
You're kind of
He's so
so
cute, though.
it's
Just don't
very
get him
cute,
wet.
and
Keep him up after midnight.
and Branch, as you're kind of walking, like you are feeling like, oh, this thing's really cute, but a little bit after, like you kind of hold it in your hand for a little bit and maybe like put it up somewhere, like your hand, like it really kind of starts to itch a little bit, and you kind of see like where like it was on your like clothes, like it's kind of like affected a little bit, like it's kind of like deteriorated almost a little bit, and you're just kind of getting this little bit of like maybe like you don't know if it's just like the sun being out in the sun all day.
Blobby, it is not nice to digest my hand or Clothes, please do not do that. Let's see if I have anything I could put it in.
Yeah, you're noticing like even as it's like, maybe on like your clothing or even like leather or something, it still kind of like affects it kind of a little bit.
I'll just keep an eye out for like stuff I could like carry and put him on, like a tray or like a flat rock or something. In the meantime,
A flat rock.
In the meantime, Branch will just carry Blobby.
Okay. So
I'll just try to switch off hands or something.
yeah, so you kind of like do that, and it's kind of like you're kind of noticing like kind of by the end of the day, as you guys are kind of finishing another day of like walking, that like you've kind of got almost like sunburn kind of on your hands. Like your hands are just kind of, they're like a little raw, they're like a little like sticky, a little almost like blistery. They're just kind of like not feeling that good.
Branch, I might have a cold cream that can assist with that tonight. If you just do a nice little mask on your hands and leave it overnight, I think perhaps we can turn that around. But it is looking a little bad.
Yes, it is not comfortable. But I do not want to lose Blobby. Blobby is a nice little slime.
Yeah, well, I think he's kind of acidic in nature. So I mean, you might want one of those like, handling gloves. Like if you had a hawk, or like back on the farm where maybe you had like something with big talons. You wanna make sure that they're not like chewing on the the sinew of your skin, because that could cause marks later.
Yeah.
Marks.
Is no one else little concerned about having a blob type creature while we are trying to fight against these blob type creatures? I mean, they seem wildly similar, don't you think?
This is blue. They are a different color. Not all creatures. Do you think all goblins are like Branch?
Maybe we should test it.
No, but
like
I'm
light it
just-
on fire and see what kind of immunities it might have.
No. I did realize something I do have, unless I didn't pick it back up after you had me drop it like 2 sessions ago. But I do have a shield that I don't ever use, so I could just like put him on the shield, carry him around that way.
Like a big,
Yeah,
like a big
it's
round
just a little buckler,
shield.
right? It's only like this big.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, we'll play.
Sure. Like you kind of put him on there, and like kind of even like as you're walking, like you even notice like as it kind of moves to the edge, it kind of like goes back. It kind of sloshes around a little bit.
Point of order. It is a wooden shield, just FYI.
Okay, well then it's all kind of gross and
Yeah, I kind of figured.
yeah. So it's kind of eating that away a little bit, but not
fine.
like super bad. But you're just kind of noticing,
Yeah.
after a day or so, it might really, you might have to sand it down and shine it up again.
That makes sense.
All right. So as you guys have been walking, you've been kind of noticing like Morthos has been like a little quieter, and he's been like looking at the like slime, kind of side eyeing him, and kind of like he's really like, I don't know, like disturbed by it or like unsure about it. And as you kind of get to a spot, and you get to a spot where there's kind of this like rolling stream that's not too far from the road that you're walking on, and there's a kind of a nice high dry spot. There's you guys throw together a little fire ring real quick. There's a nice big tree nearby that's kind of like shading you guys and kind of giving you some protection from the wind and all that. So you're kind of setting up camp there, and you guys, you're kind of making food and doing all this stuff, and Morthos kind of like, you guys don't really see him for a minute.
Hey, where did our friend go? Where did Morthos go?
Did Morthos
maybe
go
he had
eat?
to
He's
use
not
the
relieving himself in some bushes, is he?
Well, I mean,
Exactly what
it's very possible.
using the little Dragonborn's room.
After about a minute, you guys kind of see him, like there was kind of some like kind of pushes around. He kind of comes back and he is walking really quickly, and he's coming right towards Branch, and he comes right up, and he's not looking at any of you guys, and he comes right up and he grabs the slime, and he takes it and he throws it down on the ground, and then he reaches in and he pulls and he draws his sword, and he brings it up just like this, and he just right there. So he's about to swing down. Unless,
is it a metal sword?
Is it a metal sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his regular sword. Yeah.
I cast heat metal on it.
Okay. All right, so he comes up like this, and then all of a sudden, he kind of drops the sword, and he kind of like looks around, and he says, "One of you needs to kill this thing."
Morthos, what's going on, man? What you
I'm not Tart Blobby. What is wrong with you?
Why are we taking this thing with us? It could be telling them where we are. We don't know what this thing's intentions are.
So they could be good. You do not know.
What do you mean they could be good? It's burning you. It's melting you. Look at your hands.
It is in its nature. It is in its nature. It is fine. Do not judge.
It should be destroyed. Do you know how many of my brethren have been killed by these things?
Do you
Hundreds,
know how many?
thousands of them.
Branch.
Consumed.
Maybe.
Do you know how many goblins have been killed by humans?
I don't know your life, pal. I know right now this thing's a danger to us.
He's adorable.
Hey, Branch. Maybe sidebar for a second. No,
Okay.
Try to like pull him over. Listen,
Morthos, we'll be right back.
I agree with you that maybe Blobby is he's a nice looking. He doesn't look like he's affiliated with maybe these other slimes that we've messed around with, and yeah, I think further research would be good, but just because of the sensitivity of what our friend has gone through, Morthos, I mean, he does have some, brethren and kin that have been killed, like he said, by these things. There's a lot of distrust here, and I don't know if just carrying one around is going to be the best idea. Maybe we could, put Blobby aside, give him a nice head start to a new life away from the action, and maybe when all this is said and done, come back and get him.
To the others, Morthos says he's just kind of shaking his head while the two of them are talking, and he goes, you guys are. I knew you weren't these magical saviors that were going to help us. You're too soft. You guys don't know what it's like to be in real war.
Why? We've had him for a while. Why all of a sudden are you wanting to cleave the little slime monster? Like, what just happened? Where were you just now? Where'd you get information, or what happened?
I didn't get any information. I had to be away from this thing. I've been walking with it all day. I needed a minute away from it. I needed to clear my head. The only thing clear to me was that this thing has to be destroyed.
You came back sword drawn.
We're all being terribly insensitive to Morthos' lived experience. Obviously, we saw the devastation in their township and the impact that's had. Now, personally, I could take or leave the little whatever it is, but Morthos, I understand where you're coming from. You just have to understand that, in our experience, sometimes the unexpected route can lead to an unintended boon or advantage. So, I can't necessarily blame Branch for wanting to leverage whatever this little thing is. I mean, it's so tiny.
Yeah, I know he's treating it like a pet or whatever, but I mean, this guy, this little goblin knows a lot about nature, more so than anyone I've ever met. He's probably the most intelligent, nature-based person that he's like the wizard of nature. I mean, he's, I'm a wizard of wizards, but I mean, like if he was a chicken and the whole world was a field of corn, then he would be the chicken that knows all about corn. I feel like my metaphor is getting messed up a little bit, but
it's called a druid.
Oh yeah, druid. That's it. That's the word. I didn't know what it was called. I just know wizards.
Oh no, my kingdom is.
All right, listen. Hypothetically,
We're so.
we trained
Yes.
him to jump through a little hoop, and I think he might be trying to talk to me. So, what if, hypothetically, he wasn't spying for them? What if we were able to teach him to spy for us?
Yes, that is what I was going to say, but not as smart as you.
Dude, what are you guys
Interesting.
talking about? What do you mean get it to do anything? It doesn't do anything. All it does is consume.
Au contraire. And I hold up our little hoop that we made. I hold up our little hoop that we made, and he like hops through it. Huh? He can be taught.
Good Blobby. And I throw him a little piece of meat, the little jerky that I've been feeding him.
Yeah. It dissolves it.
See it dissolve inside him.
Mortha is shaking his head, and he's like, he doesn't even know what, it's really up or down right now. He's kind of spinning. And Igneous, you hear from it, it says, Gerb, Gerblex.
Okay, all right. I think it's saying
Gerblex.
Morthos.
The rest of you, as you guys are listening to it, it's sounding like, instead of being like kind of bubbly and kind of cute, it's now kind of starting to get like guttural, and it's kind of like is how what you guys are hearing. But to Igneous, to you, you're kind of hearing like this kind of proto version of whatever it's trying to say here.
Morthos, what's a jublex?
What?
Would I know what that is?
Jublex. Anybody?
Is that like an ooblex? Did we not just
I've
fight
done a
one
lot
of
of
those?
studying. Would I know what that is?
Roll
Who that is?
Roll a knowledge arcana.
Sure, it's not religion. No, I'm just kidding. I can do Arcana. My Arcana is
You're
pretty
the
good.
Wizard of Wizards.
You're
18.
Wizard of Wizards.
You're not some kind of wizard of religion. What would we call that?
Who knows? Impossible.
Or Wizard of
8
Thieving, or Wizard of Punching Stuff.
We're all just wizards of our own domain, if you think about it.
I don't know what all these job titles are. I just related in terms of wizards.
You're a wizard of food. You're a farmer.
We're all wizards.
That's our lesson for the day. You're all wizards in your
Everyone's
own right.
a wizard of something.
You're a wizard of something. Knights of the Roll
Right,
Table.
I got
You're
18.
a wizard of something. 18. So, guys, you're like, it sounds kind of familiar. Like it kind of rings in, like you've heard it in like a list or a book of like, you're not sure if it's like demons or like underlords or like
That sounds something.
beasts of the underworld, or like
definitely-
the
it's
great
old.
beyond.
Something old. I read in a book once that's a name of something. I just can't place it right now, but it's definitely like old name.
All right.
Duplex
Well,
is a name of something, and it's bad.
all right. Let's not overly freak out about this, but that is what Blobby is saying.
So it's either trying to warn us or it's trying to say, this is my master, it's coming.
Or maybe Blobby's name is actually Jublex, and I have been calling it the wrong thing.
I don't think this is like
I think that option would be bad.
underworld demon lord that has just been sitting around on your shield for
That seems
while.
unlikely to me.
Let's be honest, we've had odder things happen than that, so
That's true.
I wouldn't entirely rule that out.
That is true.
And under that theory that Jublex works like a Pokemon, it just like says its own name over and over.
Jublex.
Yeah, good.
Jublex.
Okay. Morthos, you are not part of this vote because you are not part of our team, but I respect what you are saying, so I will leave it up to my team. Obviously, I vote to keep Blobby or maybe Jublex around with me because it's adorable and it makes me happy. But the rest of the knights, what do you think? I will leave it here if you think I should. But I will be sad. He tries to make like a puppy dog face, but he's a goblin, so it's like kind of creepy instead.
I mean, I think caution is warranted, but we don't need to get rid of him or kill him yet.
Do we have any means to restrain them? I feel like we're doing a lot of assuming gender here, by the way.
Branch holds it up to try to figure it out. It's like,
It presents as blue.
Yes. If someone has a bag, I can try to put it in the bag and see if it is happy with that. Or like a pot for cooking, maybe. But we will not cook you, do not worry.
What if we keep it for now, but we think of a red line? Like, if Blobby does this thing, we gotta throw Blobby away. No go.
Well, I mean, as soon as it makes a aggressive attack or any kind of aggressiveness or hurts anything, I mean, I think that's a instant strike, you know?
But if it hurts on purpose, not the bubbles on my hand, not like that.
Oh, that looks worse than it did before. There was no bubbles earlier.
That's what I'm saying.
I will heal myself before I go to bed.
Oh, I might have something that can help with that. I have a little, pouch. Or hold on a sec. And Biscuit pulls out a kind of a small bag. It looks like a feed bag that you would like sling over, And the interior of it is kind of lined with this sort of prismatic mesh, felt lining kind of stuff. Or it looks like that. And he's like, "Here, try this on, Branch." And he kind of puts it over him, and it sort of drags on the ground. It's like this little pouch. Now go ahead and put Blobby in there and see if he stays in okay. I think it'll hold up. It's made of a material that might withstand acidic nature.
Okay, thank you, Biscuit. But okay,
Don't call me that.
Blobby. What was that?
I said, "Don't call me that."
Okay, Biscuit. Okay, Biscuit, Mr. Biscuit. And
I like Mr.
Blobby,
Biscuit.
I will
Biscuit.
put you in here. If you are upset, let me know. But everyone is scared because they are cowards. He says very quietly. I know you are nice, Blob. Put it in a thing. Hold up. Is it? Can I kind of tie it like a bindle onto my quarterstaff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of like try and like put him in, but it is kind of like forcing like a dog or something to go kind of head first into something. Like it's kind of like you kind of have to,
I'll throw some treats in the bag first.
Yeah, it kind of like, but then like even like when it's in, it's kind of like, kind of like coming out of it a little bit. Like maybe it's like half kind of over a little bit, but like you can't really like fully, like if you fully close it, you can feel him like push it kind of open. Like it doesn't really like the like closed space of it necessarily. And what is it made out of, Chris?
It's just like a little pocket dimension bag.
Oh, okay. So when it goes in, it's in another dimension?
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's just a little bit going to another dimension.
Yeah. It's like being a little bit pregnant.
I mean, if it goes in all the way, then it's fully in another pocket dimension.
Okay, so we put it in the pocket dimension bag and tied it to my quarterstaff, but it's also now in another dimension.
It's,
Or
just
I should say-
it's just a little bag of holding. I've held on to it for a while.
Wait, so it's a bag of holding?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope he's not an ooze of holding, or we're gonna have some problems. It always makes me nervous when the DM has to research something.
Gets all quiet and reads stuff.
I don't know what happens when a living creature goes into a bag of holding, but I don't remember it being good.
I feel like there's only so much air. That's a constriction. Like you can put a creature in there for a while, but it can't
Do blobs
stay
breathe?
indefinitely.
I don't know how that works.
That would be an important question in this situation before making it Blobby's new home. Presumably we cut a lot of what just happened out, so I want to just say to the listener, like, Matt suggested that we put the blob in a bag of holding, and it led to Jeff just staring at something in front of him for several minutes, contemplating whatever would happen while we all chatted nervously. So that's where we resume.
Come on, Blobby. You can do it. It is okay. You will be fine.
Oh, Branch, you want me to try to hypnotize him? I can kind of maybe convince him to go in there.
Yes. Okay. But be
Now,
nice.
now we're hypnotizing him?
I mean, I'm a wizard of
Okay.
enchantment.
Because you asked, I think Branch would be okay with it.
All right, I'm just gonna try to use my hypnotic gaze. It's a
Okay.
wizard ability of School of Enchantment. And
Hypnotic gaze.
We lost a gem.
Blobby has to make a wisdom saving throw.
10.
Okay, it would fail. Oh, well, unless Blobby can't be charmed.
Let's say it works.
Okay, then it fails. So I'll say, "Hey, Blobby. Hi, it's Biscuit. Mr. Biscuit here. Can you just scoot on in that bag and you'll be safe, and it'll be a whole big space for you. And there's some jerky in there.
Jew blacks.
Is that a
He said Jublex.
Jublex comes.
Wait, hold on. Don't put him in there. He said Jublex come.
Jublex comes.
Jublex comes.
Comes
It
here?
sounds like a warning.
Starts to head
Comes-
towards the bag.
You guys broke Carlos.
Is that like a command, like, oh, here Jublex, or is it like a look out, Jublex is coming?
Feel like it's look out.
It
Jublex
is
coming,
heading towards
but,
towards the bag.
Now he wants to get in there. All right.
Under Biscuit's suggestion.
That seems like a ta you all. You're on your own. I don't know. I'm just learning this language.
Branch thinks that might be because of the hypnosis.
So as it comes forward,
yeah.
as soon as it reaches like the entrance of that, a bright flash and a wave of energy hits all of you, and it goes all out to all of you, and you're kind of stunned back, and you guys look down, and Blobby is not there.
What?
Blobby?
I think we made a mistake.
Blobby?
Hello, listeners of the Roll Table. This is Jeff, your DM for Season 7, Part 1, and thank you so much for listening along and being patient. We've had a crazy summer and start to the fall here, so we appreciate you sticking with us as we get these cranked out. As always, the best way to support us is to leave a rating and review on whatever podcast service you're listening to with right now, and I have a review this week from our YouTube. That's right, all our episodes are also on our YouTube channel at Rolled Table on YouTube. Check us out over there. It's from at 91 Freaky Styley. He says, I'm happy to be the first view on this video. I have no clue what it's about. Well, thank you, 91 Freaky Styley, for that comment, and I hope you figured out a little bit what we're about. Keep following along at home. Visit our Instagram at Rolled Table and join us on our Discord server where you can have discussions with us and other fans about the show. Ask questions. Just look for Knights of the Roll Table on Discord or click the link in our show notes. Some of the combat music featured in this episode was created by Weston Gardner and can be found on his Patreon, Arcane Anthems. All of our character art is made by the wonderful Chris Daly, who has a Patreon called Dungeon Heads. You can also catch Chris on the podcast Comic Book Keeper, so give them some love. If you have any feedback or questions or want to put an ad on the show, contact us at knightsoftherolltable@gmail.com. We'd also love to bring Knights of the Roll Table live podcast on the road. If you are a venue or comic book shop or anywhere super nerdy that would love to have our show out there, it's interactive, it's fun, contact us, knightsoftherolltable@gmail.com. We know we are not the only D&D actual play podcast out there, so we honestly, truly thank you so much for listening and giving us that chance. That's all the announcements for now. Now go out and make life an adventure. But where there was a bag and a blob, now there is only bag.
So just think about him and then reach in and try to get him.
Okay. Okay. Blobby is blue, and or maybe they are blue, and very cute. And Branch reaches his hand into the bag, tries to find Blobby.
There's no blobby in that bag.
Blobby! He yells into the bag. Blobby!
It's just like you open it up, it's just like a galaxy and like stars and stuff. It's just like empty.
I would like to use this opportunity to watch Morthos's reaction very closely.
Okay, he is like kind of shocked and like kind of like unsure what just happened. You can roll an insight.
Not one.
Oh no.
Okay, so
I am crushing this, you guys.
Can I roll
This
insight
guy-
too?
Diedre is so hot for this guy that she has no.
oh boy, you're thinking.
I think I'm gonna look.
Diedre, you're actually
I'm gonna look back.
okay. Diedre, you're actually, as you kind of like look back and be like, what does Morthos think? And you kind of like look at him and you're like, boy, he really took command when he came in with that sword. He just really was like in charge of everyone for a minute, and it was like
There's like a breeze like blows back his like cloak or whatever, and
it was like you're kind of like thinking about that, like, oh boy.
All right.
I like an assertive man.
Boy. Anyway, so Biscuit.
17 insight.
All right, so Biscuit looking back at Morthos, little different of a reaction. You can kind of see like he's kind of shocked, and then for a little bit he's kind of relieved, and then he's confused, and then he's like a little bit like kind of like embarrassed maybe a little bit, but then like ultimately at like, oh okay, like just kind of now more like seeing how you guys are reacting. He kind of went through those kind of emotions kind of in order as you're kind of like trying to read it.
It's like the many faces of Dragonborn. It's just all the same, like
yeah. Yeah.
Confused.
But you picked up the subtle differences in the tooth on the side.
Branch, meanwhile,
Well-
is like just like looking around and like going out to the the edge of what we can see through the by the firelight and trying to Blobby.
Branch. I'm sorry. I honestly didn't know that was going to happen.
It is not your fault, Biscuit. And he turns to Morthos. It is your fault. You're mean.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Morthos says, my fault. I didn't try and shove him in a magic bag.
No, you tried to kill him with a sword.
Well,
wait a minute. We learned something here. These creatures do not respond well to go into another dimension. Being forced or banished or whatever it might be. I mean, that could be something we could use to our advantage later.
Biscuit, have you successfully put a living thing into that bag previously and brought it out? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this device, and I just,
Well, look, and he grabs it and puts his hand, like his arm all the way in. He's like, pulls it out. It's like, see? I mean, you can put living stuff in there.
Fully being inside of it is what I'm asking about.
Well, I haven't put a living thing in there before. Not so much.
Branch turns into a rat and starts crawling towards the bag.
No, Branch, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Morthos says no. He kind of like puts his like hand out and it's like, don't go in there, friend. It's not worth it.
Branch turns back. Oh, well, we will keep looking in the morning. Yes.
Yeah. We can put some flyers up as we go. And
okay.
Can we send another message back to the town?
Yes.
College or the whatever.
Yeah.
Do we have a limit on messages?
You can send it, but you won't.
I just want to send.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. I think we need to research what this Jublex is, and I'm gonna say as soon as you get the college up and running, research Jublex.
Okay. So
who is he? What does he do? What's his deal, or her deal, or their deal, or our deal? Maybe we are Jublex.
Dum 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 dum.
Ooh, twist.
All right. So you put that in a note, and you put it in the lake house box. And now that we're at the end of another day, you can send more bastion points back home and decide what you want to do with that before we lay our heads to rest.
Can we do recruiting and then build another barricade and research?
And
build barricade research.
And observatory.
And the observatory. Okay. All right. So you put that note in there. You so just anything you can find about Jublex, any other context or information or things that you want to include in that for the researchers back home.
I'll put in has something to do with slime, old name, possibly demonic, related to oozes.
Okay. All right. So as you guys, before you use the box, you get a note back every time, and you just kind of get a little update from Clan Rock. And in the last time, in the little update, he's kind of saying we've constructed this, we're doing this, he kind of gives you just a little update. Things are going well. Here's what's happening. Here's what we're kind of working on as we're building these things up. And he kind of notes on this one, the weather has been kind of changing. Not sure if that's where you guys are, but the weather's kind of changing a little bit. It's starting to be dark more often.
Are we observing that change where we are?
Roll a survival.
Well, I'm rolling so well
Keep
tonight.
it up.
So let's see.
You get a nat 20 on this one.
And there's a nat 20.
Yay!
Oh, baby.
Nat 20 for perceiving light.
You have noticed a 0.1% drop in barometric pressure every 6 hours you've been on the on the road. It's dropping. The humidity is going up. You know that based on the almanac for this area, it's unseasonable for this much moisture and this type of climate to be experiencing this. It's a deviation that started off unusual, but now is starting to edge into external forces may be involved in your reading.
Team, I just want to point out that we've had a significant drop in the barometric pressures, and it's unseasonably chilly with high humidity this time of year, and I just think we should be conscious that somebody's messing with the weather. Glad we had this talk.
I do not know what to do. I do not know what to do with that information. It seems very
But
important.
now you have it, and I'm just confirming that this
All right.
change that's been noted in our last communique, I'm also noticing firsthand here. Would you like me to go into more detail? Let me get my Doppler out.
You're noticing that the dew point fluctuations are unusual to the. Anyway, all right.
She's like a wizard of the weather.
Isn't that a Flash villain?
Let's be honest, the weather would be sorcery, not wizardry.
It is weather wizard.
Well, whether you're a wizard or not, the weather wizard is there. All right, so with that, you guys kind of set up camp and pass another night out on the road, and
But before we go to sleep, I'm gonna come over and say, Branch, I'm real sorry. I thought we were trying to solve a problem. We just created another one. I hope you forgive me. You can keep the bag if you want. I don't really need it.
Oh, thank you, Biscuit. Branch does not blame you. Branch knows it was not your fault that you did not know how the ooze in the bag would react. Branch is just disappointed that you were not smarter.
Yeah, I am too.
And then he like puts his little like his little claw hand on your shoulder and goes,
It is okay, friend.
All right. Well, good night.
Good
all
night.
right, the next day comes.
Wait, sorry.
Hang
Hang on.
But before that,
Diedre wants to talk to Morthos.
Shocking.
Like, sideline. No,
All right,
not that
you,
kind of talk. Not yet. You gotta let it simmer, guys.
Morthos
Gotta let
is
it simmer.
kind of staring out to the north, and with him he has a little like clay porcelain like cup that he has, and he slowly kind of takes a drink out of it like that, and he kind of notices you, and he turns back and says, "Oh, Diedre, it's you."
Yes, I just wanted to check in. How are you doing with everything?
Well, he says, honestly, I'm feeling a little embarrassed. I feel I may have overreacted to the situation and pushed things a little far.
Potentially. She kind of takes a couple steps closer and sees if she can sit by him. Listen, I won't lie. It's a crummy situation regardless. I really empathize with what you've been through, and our little party here, while well intended, not many of them truly have that much experience with leadership. I came from a land where my family were nobles in the area and often had to make decisions that impacted large groups of people, and you can't always know how things are going to shake out, and you just have to do the best you can with the information that you have. And I don't necessarily agree with how you handled things, but I don't think I'm alone in understanding why you reacted the way that you did. And I hope that you can still have trust in our team and that we can all collaborate and work together.
He takes a long drink from his cup, and he says, I appreciate that. And well, I think it's just been so long since we've been able to have a perspective besides fear and pain, that your eagerness and the way that you all see the world and are approaching these problems differently clearly are getting results. And, well, it's never been easy for me to admit defeat and be second in command. You see, during the siege, after we lost many of the last of our actual officers in our army, it was down to me and Clan Rock to kind of lead our group. And, well, in our society and the way we structure things, we believe that a leader is absolute and whatever they say goes. And when it was time to pick, the people picked Clan Rock over me. And I love Clan Rock like a brother, but I just don't think he... well, it doesn't matter. The point is, we're moving forward. I think I might have done things differently. I might have saved lives. I may have lost lives, but I would have done things differently for the past 2 months.
Well, for what it's worth, I think that you would be a great leader. And she kind of steadies herself and calms herself. But the important thing here is that this isn't a military regime. You have a group of equals who all have to collaborate. So if you're feeling a certain way, instead of just acting out, please talk to us and let's work together and please respect what the group decides. It's the only way we're going to move forward together.
He says, I understand that, and I want to learn and I want to be better. And he says, will you teach me?
I'm still learning myself, but perhaps we can learn together.
He says, cheers to that, and he offers you a sip from his cup.
Cheers. She accepts. And sings.
Boom! And the sun sets. We love it. What's gonna happen?
Who's gonna ride a dragon?
Oh boy.
Sorry.
The sun rises on the land of the dragons. And as you guys are kind of getting ready, Morthos is kind of comes around. He says, all right, friends, I think the best way for us to move is forward. And I think we may be to Chaleel's home or his tower or whatever he's in these days. I think we may be there at Summer Hill by today. And
Sounds good.
I just want you to know I truly think of you as equals.
Well, likewise.
Diedre gives a little thumbs up.
Gives a little kind of nod, kind of back.
Hey, maybe if we want to get there a little faster, some of us do have the ability to turn into things. So, Branch, myself, maybe we could, turn into some sort of a rapidly moving beasts, and then y'all could hop on our backs, and we could cut some time out. I feel like getting this going.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's go.
Branch can turn everyone into animals if you want.
Oh, let's all turn into animals. Branch said he could turn all of us into animals.
So you can pick a form of a large or smaller beast with a challenge rating of 4 or lower, and you can become that for 24 hours.
Up
to 24 hours.
Rhinos or something. Durable.
Oh, be like Animorphs. I'll turn into a tiger.
Yes. Yes.
You're a gorilla.
Yes. We're Power Rangering this. Giant boar, polar bear, giant elk, rhinoceros, tiger.
Can I call dibs on either tiger or saber-toothed tiger?
You got it.
I want to be like the Yellow Ranger.
Yep. Biscuit's gonna be a mountain goat, a giant goat. That's a
Martha says, "Well, I've always wanted to be a pony."
Morthos turns into a little white, like a little white stubby
Like a
pony.
miniature pony, yeah.
Cookie's gonna be a rhino.
Rhino suede shoes, baby. All right, do we all have our creatures now?
Yenni,
Will in a moment.
Did you say badger?
giant badger.
Badger.
All right, giant badger. Giant badger, rhino, mountain goat, pony for Morthos. Diedre said, what'd you say, eagle?
It's
No, I
Oh,
was
tiger,
debating
tiger.
which is the higher challenge rating, tiger or saber-tooth
Saber-tooth.
I
tiger.
believe it's saber-toothed tiger.
I'll go saber-tooth. Let's go.
Hmm.
But like all white.
Okay. Igneous. Giant
wolf.
Dire wolf.
Fire wolf.
Dire fire
Dire
wolf.
wolf.
No one picked a.
Still
Dire fire wolf.
No one picked a flying animal by any chance.
Nope.
All right, I'll go with the giant eagle then.
You got it.
All right, so draw, but we're all gonna like form together to be like one creature that walks. So Chris, can you draw
Yeah.
all
I
of
got
those
it.
animals like together, like glued together
All
to
formed.
be a person? All right. Okay, so everybody turns into animals and we all gallop and fly and like whip through. It's just a 3-hour montage of animals galloping and flying and braying. So over the hills and over the mountains, you guys come and passing by people in wagons as they go, "Whoa, what's with all those animals?" As you guys are whipping past.
That's
And
the strangest
eventually-
assortment of animals I've ever seen.
Like they were randomly chosen for cool factor and a pony. And you guys get to a section where now you're kind of getting to like this this kind of base of this mountain that kind of like stick up. Have you ever been like in the Eastern Sierra, how it's kind of like the flat Owens Valley and then boom, it's the Sierras that are kind of right there. This is kind of the beginning of kind of that branching up and over to the west. And so as you guys are kind of coming in, you're starting to see like a little village kind of near the base of that. And you guys are arriving at the village of Summers Hill. And it's a very small kind of village. It maybe, looks like it was like a mining town. It's like really ramshackle, simple wood buildings. There's like maybe some bigger ones that are kind of industrial looking. It kind of, as you're kind of getting close to it, almost like an old west, like ghost town type of thing. You're seeing like mine carts, and you're seeing like metal work, and you're seeing it's kind of some smokestacks and some things like that. And it looks like it's like there's maybe like a little bit of activity in. And as you guys are kind of getting close, the pony kind of goes and kind of like brays and kind of tries and like gets everybody's attention real quick, like just as you're kind of like right outside.
Morthos, do you? I Brantley uses telepathy. Morthos, do you see something that we should know? 1 clump for yes, 2 clumps for no.
He goes clump and does 1 clump.
Is it? I land and I
Okay.
point with my beak. Is it there?
Clump, clump.
There?
Clump, clump.
There then.
Clump.
Let's go that way.
Okay, so you guys kind of veer a little further south, And you guys are kind of heading towards a section of the mountain that kind of looks like it's been kind of carved out, and there's like a big kind of like entrance type of thing and like a big door down below, and like it's kind of built in. Oh, that's the goat is here. That's Biscuit. And this kind of tower, like as it kind of comes up, is like kind of carved in. It's got rock on top, so it's kind of like this big mountainous entrance and this kind of tower up on top. And as you guys kind of get closer to it, you can see that it kind of opens up kind of into almost like an underneath like chamber with a little door at the very front. And so you guys are kind of all arriving, and it assumably you can turn out of the animal at will.
Yeah, let me double check if I have to drop it or if they could just drop it. One sec. Yeah, I think I have to drop it for everybody at the same time, so I'll do that.
All right.
Poof.
Okay, so poof, everybody kind of turns.
Wow, that was something.
This is well,
Residual effect.
Yenni, what kind of animal were you? Carlos, what was Yenni?
Big badger.
He was a badger.
Badger.
A
That's what it
mega
was.
badger.
Omega badger. Cool.
Mega
Sorry.
badger. All right.
Yeah, he was just
And so you guys are kind of on the outside area, and kind of before you goes in, he's Morthos says, "Okay, this is Chaleel's keep," and he's a former dragon tender. He worked with the dragons for a long time, but he's a kind of an eccentric wizardy type, Biscuit. You know how wizards are, and so
What's that?
I know that. Well, just that, like wizards, you know,
I don't.
very
What do you?
just mysterious, you know,
Yeah.
kind of unusual,
Are we? Okay.
erratic behavior,
Erratic?
unusual dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Socially
I don't know what
awkward.
you're talking about.
There's sometimes in a group setting, we go out to eat, and you know, you won't say that you're going to have any of the appetizers, but then when they do come, you have like an equal amount, and then when the bill comes, you don't really pay.
Wow.
But then like later on, you'll like pay for the whole dinner for a whole group of 7 or 8 people. So it's just kind of one of those things where it's a little erratic, is all I'm trying to say.
Right.
Anyway, not to be specific about it. So just be on your guard in this as we enter this chamber. Anything could happen.
Noted.
So you guys stand at the precipice, the entryway, kind of into this chamber that's kind of below the tower there.
Mage armor.
And all right, mage armor's up. All right. And you guys can you know, kind of see in there that it's like circular, and as you guys kind of come in, the entryway that you kind of came in, it goes and it closes shut, and you hear a voice, and it says, "Ah, you have traveled far to visit the mystical Chaleel. Now, you must prove your intelligence with the test of your wits." And the lights come up in the room, and on the very far side, you see a door, and in front of that, you see several tables, and on the tables, you see a whole bunch of different items. You see that on near. Kind of on each side, there's 4 different stone statues, each representing, each kind of looking like a person that kind of, one has kind of flowing robes, one has like cold weather gear, one has like a swimsuit, one has like gardening clothes on. You see that there's on one of the tables there's 4 different vases, and one of them is red, and one of them is blue, and one of them is green, and one of them is yellow. On another table, you see that there is a chest with a lock on it, with a bunch of numbers on it. On another one, you see that there's a painting of a man and a woman, and there's another painting on the same table that's underneath it. That's of a house that has a moon over the top of it, and there's another painting on it that has 2 children holding a red balloon and kind of fighting over it. On the other one, you see that there's a bunch of different jewels on it. There's a red one and a green one and a clear one and a turquoise blue one. And then on the very center of the room, you see that etched down on the very bottom is like a puzzle piece, like the outline of like a puzzle piece. And the voiceover says, can you escape this room?
Oh God, it's an escape room. Where is the door?
The door is on the opposite side of the door that you're on.
Branch walks over and just tries to open it.
You just gonna try and open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. So Branch walks over and heads to the door and spins the knob of the door, and the door opens.
I did it.
And the voice comes over and says, very good. You have passed the test of intelligence. Come upstairs and meet me.
I genuinely didn't think that was going to work.
Well, wait a minute. There's all these things to do on the tables. What? I think we have to. Maybe if we do those things, other things will happen. Biscuit sits down at a table.
Biscuit, no offense, but I don't think we're going to be using your intelligence as our barometer at present, given the last incident.
You mean when he exploded our slime friend?
He sits down and tries to figure out one of the puzzles.
All right, well, Biscuit, you're sitting at the table with with the chest with the lock on it that has some numbers on it.
Okay.
There's four digits.
There you go.
Y'all can go.
Morthos goes, I guess we'll go upstairs and we'll be back later, Biscuit? Or... All right.
Yep. Let's go.
All right.
I go.
So everyone but Biscuit, there's a kind of a spiral staircase that goes upstairs, and you reach another kind of opening at the very top, and it's kind of this top layer of the tower, and it's kind of looking out kind of over the area there, and you see that now this looks more like a wizard's chamber. You see an alchemy table, you see a desk with a bunch of scrolls on it, you see a bunch of like schematics and drawings, you see like painting all along the top of the tower on the ceiling of dragons, a brilliant scene of green dragons soaring over the land. And sitting at the very end of a long table with his feet up, you see this dragonborn man. He is in these big flowing robes, and up on top, he's got kind of like a pointy hat that's kind of draped over like this, and he's got his feet up on the table, and he says, "Oh, you have come to see the all-knowledgeable Chaleel. You have come to seek my blessings and to understand the mystic ways of understanding your future and also your past. Admission for each of you is 15 gold.
We are already in.
I think we already passed your test.
And you must be very bright people to have passed to that test. Took you almost no time at all. So
That's when it should cut back to Biscuit.
Yeah. Biscuit is down in there. You're
Igneous is gonna roll his eyes at like that guy and walk back downstairs to Biscuit.
I have like 5,000 gold, so I'm just gonna give him some money.
All right, you said it. You said it on the end of the table there, and he says, "Ah, yes, young goblin. Let's see. What do you want? A palm reading? Do you want me to gaze into the tea leaves for you? What can the great Chaleel do for you?"
Okay, so I, as in myself, am picking up snake oil salesman vibes. Can I see what Branch is picking up off this guy?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a wisdom.
Like about as bad as I can do. 10.
10. Okay. This guy's pretty showy. Everything about this is pretty like dramatic. All of the lighting, all of the like decorations. There's kind of like a bubbling like cauldron over there, and it just looks like it's just like it doesn't even, now that you're kind of thinking about it, it's like, well, where's the sound of it? Like you're kind of seeing just like almost like dry ice, type of stuff coming out of it, and you're kind of like, what's really going on here? So you're kind of unsure exactly how much of this is like fact and how much of this is reality.
Okay. What are all of these services that you can do? Can you find a lost pet?
Oh, well, we can always divine a route for which they can find you and trace a way home on their own. I can't bring your animal back to you, but I can lay the astral seeds for them to follow.
Sure.
All right, well, come and sit down, friend.
Blobby is not an animal and may be dead. We are not sure. It was a little blue ooze, slimy guy named Blobby.
Like they're like a toad or something. They're kind of slimy. You said.
No, like a ooze, about this big, and he had cute little eyes, and it was blue, and like look at my hand, see? It did this.
He kind of looks at you strange, and he kind of changes it to and he says, "What are you really here for?"
Well, we have many things to ask you, but Branch wants to know where Blobby is.
Blobby.
Yes, my little ooze that I found.
Your ooze that you found.
Yes, and then our friend who is still downstairs trying to do the puzzles gave me this bag, and we tried to put him in it, and it went poof, and was gone.
He looks over at Morthos, and he kind of like studies him for a minute, and Morthos is also like not really sure where Branch is going with any of this, and he kind of looks back at he looks back at Branch, and he says, he kind of goes back to his own tone. Well, that'll be another 60 gold to contact that type of creature if you have it, friend. Now, we could always do an arrangement where I could take some valuables of yours and I can hold on to them until you can come up with the gold for that. But you have to understand, these services don't come cheap.
Can you prove that you contacted Blobby? And then Branch will give you an extra 60 gold.
Depends on what your version of proof is. Of course, when we're dealing with entities in the great beyond, things are unsure. I can channel them, but you must believe in your heart that you're open to receiving the truth of this message.
Is my 15 gold still on the table?
Yes, it is.
Branch is going to reach over and grab it back and say, Morthos, I don't think that this guy knows what he is talking about.
And Morthos is he kind of steps forward and he says, yes, it appears that you've made some interesting life choices here, Chaleel. When I last left you, you were banished from the from the Emerald Clutch for divining and practicing all manner of powerful magics. And now you're slinging snake oil and reading fortunes. And Chaleel says, yes, that was a long time ago, and I've reformed my ways, and I found a new way to practice my art that is much more agreeable with the pocketbook of me and the people of this town. And Morthos says, well, as you know, things have gotten really bad out there. The entirety of Khall T'Vott has fallen. And he says, yes. I've divined all of that. And I know the answer to all of your questions. Yes, there is reason for fear, but there is also reason for hope. You see, with the divination that I can provide, with a substantial amount of gold, of course, and he kind of continues expelling and going on about this.
Can we cut downstairs for a minute?
Yep, downstairs, Igneous and Biscuit are in the puzzle room chamber.
Aye, Biscuit. Any luck with that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's what kind of, how am I doing with the puzzle? What do I have to do?
Well,
You didn't think of a puzzle, did you?
what do you mean? All the elements of the
numbers.
puzzle are there. You could enter a 4-digit number in the chest and see if that works.
I'm gonna try to figure out a pattern. See if I can come up with a mathematical, solution to this.
Have you tried 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, I haven't.
All right, that's what I'd try.
All right, so Busy, go ahead and roll an intelligence. Just straight up intelligence.
24.
Jeez.
19 plus 5.
All right, so Biscuit, you put your mathematical brain to the test, and you, as you're kind of looking through all this, you're kind of figuring out that this is full of red herrings, that a lot of these pieces that are here are kind of just meant to be kind of confusing to kind of make it seem like there's kind of some sort of pattern or some sort of like relevant thing. As you're looking at the little chest with the numbers on it, you're able to you just kind of suss out that if you kind of flip the chest over like this, and you see a number written on the bottom, and you then put that in and open it up, and inside is an even bigger, like, kind of golden key that maybe looks like it was like painted gold. Like it's maybe just a regular iron key that was kind of painted gold. And like overall, you're just kind of like, man,
Yeah.
you're not really sure what all this is like really going on.
I look up at Igneous and I'm like, this is not a real thing. This guy's full of hogwash. Like, there's nothing challenging about this. The answer's on the bottom. This isn't even a real key.
Yeah. Well, this guy, I think, that set this up, he's upstairs, and he looks like a wizard. At least he's wearing a pointy hat. But like, yeah, I don't know if he even has powers. He's
All right, I'm going up there.
kind of a scam artist, maybe. All right, I think your expertise is going to be helpful.
Biscuit, are you going to take that big key?
Yeah.
You're going to take it with you?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you head upstairs, and this kind of conversation is kind of going on. This guy is kind of sitting still with his kind of feet up, very relaxed, very trying to be very dramatic and kind of over the top. And he says, yes, more of your companions. Oh, and I see you have gotten the golden key, which means you found the real treasure of the puzzle room.
Yeah, we sure did, friend. Yeah, it was real hard test, but I figured it out.
Yeah, so you must be very, very intelligent. Perhaps one day you could be a wizard like me.
I have my moments.
He says, yes. Now, what are we thinking here? Do we want to do a seance? Are there people you want to contact on the other side?
Why don't you tell us how to ask the dragons for help? We need their help fighting back the ooze army that's coming to Khall T'Vott. Or are you still powerful enough to even do that, friend?
He says,
Ooh.
I'm
This-
plenty powerful, but I think we could definitely pray to the gods and maybe make a connection and encourage those dragons to aid you in whatever challenges you have in your life, help support you. In these trying times, that's what we're really looking for, isn't it?
I don't think you can do it anymore. I think whatever power you had, you don't have that. And I'd be willing to bet my entire spell book.
Oh, really? A little wizard like you, what do you have, like a 5-pager, a 10-pager?
I don't need to show it to prove it. But what I will do,
Snip, snip.
but what I will do is I will wager that if you have any proof of calling upon the real dragons that live around here, put something down. And I'll put down something powerful of mine. And you answer my question, and I'll answer one of your questions.
If you doubt my power, behold this. And he points all of you up to the ceiling, and you see that there's kind of this big mosaic of like a scene of dragons kind of over the land. And as you're kind of looking at it, it kind of starts to get a little wavy, and then like it looks like the mosaic's kind of like moving and changing, and it's kind of glittering and powerful, and there's kind of some like lightning and some roaring, and you hear a dragon screech, and he says, "See, I can control them."
Branch turns into an owl. Branch turns into an owl and flies up there to look at it.
All right, you go up there and look at it, and as you kind of go up, you just kind of float through, and there's kind of like a misty like effect that's kind of happening there, and whatever the ceiling looked like, you just kind of flew through it, and then there's like another ceiling above that.
I'll telepathically communicate that to Biscuit.
It was just like fog or something. Branch is up here now.
Biscuit will cast silently identify
Okay, what are you identifying?
what he just did up there.
The spell?
Mhm.
Um,
Or if I can just use Arcana to figure out what he did.
yeah, go ahead
It's
and
like
roll
fog
Arcana.
cloud or something like that. 18.
He did an illusion cantrip.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was like not very impressive. It was a mix. It was maybe a mix of a couple different spells kind of together, some thaumaturgy, some illusion, some shimmering image,
Yeah.
kind of together, but like overall, like not a very powerful.
Yeah, that's
You know.
that's a good one. That's some powerful illusion. And you know, I think well, have you ever heard of the duplicating chicken?
The duplicating chicken?
Well,
I've
it's
never
back
heard
on
of
the
that.
farm, see, where us simple farmers grow up. We have a legend that says if you look away and then all of a sudden there can be more than one chicken that just comes out of nowhere. They grow up so fast, they multiply, you know. So I mean, if you looked over there, he kind of points to the side wall,
Mm-hmm.
kind of indicating for him to look over there.
You want me to look right now?
If you wouldn't mind, just, you know, it can just be for a second.
And he says, "Okay, very good." And he turns around and he looks fully away from you.
Okay, and then as he's doing that, Biscuit is going to. I have an ability I have not used yet, called let's see, Illusory Step. It's part of my School of Illusion, and I can create an illusory duplicate of myself in an instant, instinctually, and it can pop up, kind of as a reaction. Just
Okay. And so are you going to just stand next to your illusion?
yeah, it'll just be right next to me.
Okay, so you guys all see this and see this like duplicated Biscuit right next to him, and he goes and he turns around and he kind of like looks back and he goes, "Oh, I see, a clever trick."
And then Cookie, who has cast invisibility on himself, and he has come in since then. And then he says, "Oh, if you wouldn't mind, just maybe, well, you don't even have to turn away this time. You can just close your eyes."
He says, "Very good. I'd love to see what you have to do." And he closes his eyes.
And then Cookie drops invisibility, and he just almost instantaneously says, "Open."
And now he looks and there's 3 little Biscuit peoples right in front. And he goes,
One of which is blue, if I remember correctly.
No, he's not. Well, he is. Yeah, I mean, it's Biscuit, but he has like blue hair and white hair and bluish skin.
and he goes, very good. You clearly know what you're doing, Mr. What was your name?
Biscuit.
Biscuit. Interesting. Well, you've certainly proven yourself.
So, like I said, I'm doubtful that you actually have any usefulness to us unless you can prove that you can contact these dragons or have something that can help us with the dragon contacting. But otherwise, we'll just be taking ourselves and our gold away from your services.
Very well. I mean, I don't need to prove anything to a bunch of nobodies that I don't even know. Why would I even... I don't even care. I don't even care what you think.
Is he telling the truth?
Roll an insight.
Dirty 20.
He cares a lot about what you think.
I think you had potential, and I think something happened where maybe you kind of gave up along the way. That's what happens when people doubt your abilities. That's what happens when people doubt what you're actually capable of. And I've had that happen to me. And I think you still have it in you. And instead of doing all these cheap parlor tricks, you can actually do some good and save a lot of people and matter. So what's it going to be?
I tried to help. I tried to use knowledge and use magic to better the people of this little town and this whole kingdom. And I was laughed at, and I was ran out. And as he's talking, you see that the ceiling kind of disappears, and you see that the bubbling alchemist bench kind of dissipates, and all these other fixtures around slowly start to kind of fizzle away. And
the black box theater.
Yeah, and it's just like it is now like just kind of an empty place, but now disheveled with paper and with artifacts and like all this like stuff kind of put around these like weird contraptions. And he says, I put in my time. I was the best tender that there was to those beasts, and I was able to connect with them in a way that no one else had, but they kicked me out. So no, little wizard, I won't be insulted by your accusations of losing my power, because I still very much have them.
I believe you. And I'm sorry to make you angry, but I think you can still do good in this world. And he kind of looks at Morthos and he says, what do you think?
And Morthos, he looks at him and he says, brother, we are in dire need. We need you. We need something to turn the tide. Something terrible is afoot here. We need something to give us an advantage as we fight. And he kind of looks back and he's like, for you guys, who even are all of you?
Well, if you must know, we're representing the Knights of the Realm. We're fighting against all these elites in different areas of the whole realms, and your realm is one of the last that's deeply rooted in a massive wave of evil. We're here to try to help out the people of Khall T'Vott and see if we can, aid this whole realm in getting rid of what plagues it. So, sorry for the theatrics, but that's who we are.
And he says, he looks over at Morthos and he says, it's gotten that bad, has it? And he kind of looks back and is like, yes, we're the king has fallen and we have no order and we just really need some help. And he goes, okay, what in... Finally, he kind of lets down his guard and Chaleel says, okay, what do you want?
Well, Chaleel, we have amongst us a wizard of punching and a wizard of cunning and theft and a wizard of rage and fighting and a wizard of nature. And myself, I'm a wizard of illusion, as you've seen. What we need is a wizard of dragons.
It's been a long time since I've tried to summon one and interacted with one. But if it will help, then let's do it.
While this is happening, Branch is gonna fly down behind him, turn back into Branch, and then I'm gonna cast Alter Self so I look like Biscuit. And I'm going to walk over and stand by the other 3 biscuits. Just quietly.
He kind of sees go, whoa, wow.
And Biscuit goes, I didn't do that. Hold on. That wasn't me.
It is like a chicken is sticking its head in the sand. Huh?
Oh,
and he casts lightning bolts and it shoots through one of the fake ones and it hits that over. All the way everybody starts casting. And it's all right. And that's what we'll call it for today.
All right.
Yay, wizard duel.
We did it! And look, I got pretty nails.
Woo. What is it that given one, you'll have either 2 or none?
A potato chip.
What is it? Tell us.
A choice.
Oh.